Yo, 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 day four, guys. I'm still tracking, I'm still doing this shit. And I want to share a little bit what I already realized, and I want to, you know, change it somehow. First thing I realized is that I have to name all of my videos. You have kind of a title, the theme on which you are trying to talk for next 20 minutes. So I'm gonna call this session, this vlog, overthinking. But before I go primarily to overthinking, I want to speak about the process, about the discipline, about the dedication, because when I started recording this kind of vlogs, day one was kind of mess. I didn't know what to talk about. Day two was the same kind of, I was just talking and talking about everything that would pop out in my mind. And day three was the same. But there was kind of narrowed down themes that which I was subject to what I was talking about. But today I decided, and it's not like that. Why I didn't think about it when I was starting the day first, but it's the process power. When you try and do no matter what, no matter the results, some good ideas pop in your head, and maybe not the first, maybe not the 10th, but maybe 100th video will be the one, right? So I'm not trying to give hope to myself right now, but I realized that no matter what, I have to go and do it, because I knew that philosophy that you have to do no matter what, anything what you are trying to do right now. But there are too many distractions in the world. There are too many people who subconsciously they're not trying to, you know, uh, take your attention. They're not trying to disrupt your thinking or the job you are doing, but they just exist in your life. And somehow, when you try to dedicate yourself, your thinking, your work to one particular thing, and you're like focused, you don't want any distractions, that's the point where this universe works in the like mysterious way that it sends you distractions. So the main thing why I'm doing this is because I'm an overthinker. Yeah, I am. I can admit it. And it's not my weakness. It's weakness and a superpower at the same time. Because when you think about it, if you are a good overthinker and you use it for this as a superpower, you can overthink and you can have a lot of ideas about the thing you are doing. But again, if you overthink too much and you do not act on that thoughts, then it becomes the weakness. So, as for me, um, I already saw both sides. I already saw what it's like to use it as a superpower, and it's real good. But I also seen the bad side of it, because whenever I try to do something, I always not overthink it, but I have to overthink it, because the main source, what I found, is that not the people or not the situations are disrupting your thinking, but the dedication you have in your mind. For example, if you don't do the things you want, it becomes the thing to overthink, because, for example, I told myself that I didn't want to smoke or drink, right? And one day comes, um, I go out with my friends and I drink and I smoke because I think in that moment that, oh, it's okay, I'm not gonna do the same tomorrow. But emotionally and subconsciously, myself reacts differently, no? Because when I woke up the next day, I was doubting myself, I shouldn't have that feeling or thought in my head because I told myself to not drink or smoke. And when I did the opposite, I was forced to think why I did that. Why? And I was trying to search and dive deep in the philosophy of the mindset and the motivation and dedication and discipline, blah, blah, blah. So, the main source, I think, in my opinion, to the overthinking is not doing what you really want. Because when you do what you really want, there are no many questions. There are some questions, but you have primarily answers for it. You can do anything without doubting yourself. And that's not overthinking, that's overseeing something already in the future and acting on it. And one of the second source to overthinking may be not being active. So if you are sitting at home like me and just do your job, and you have time to think, then you become an overthinker. But if you just go out, run, work out, just go out and be bored, walk, you don't have time to be overthinking because third and the most important thing in overthinking is feelings. If you don't preserve your feelings and if you pay attention how you feel every day, it becomes the main fuel to the overthinking power, So whenever you overthink, it's coming from the feeling that you don't like something. For example, at my point, when I said to myself that I didn't want to smoke or drink, and I went out and I did drink just 2 beers and smoke like 2 cigarettes, and that was it. Like that's like the grain in the that's like the drop in the ocean, right? But it still affected me. It still makes me speak right now, and that's the main case, which what caused right now to overthink over something and not do the actual job. Because I can connect this overthinking to the dedication and to the discipline of what you are doing right now. And for example, I could do work right now. I could be sitting, editing videos, recording, brainstorming new ideas. But I'm like, I'm right now, I am thinking to somehow tell this story to you. But not only to tell you this story, um, this is good for me right now because I was in my head. I was just sitting. I was not feeling okay. I was, oh, yeah, I'm not feeling editing these videos. Oh, I've already done some brainstorming. I have brilliant ideas. I have already recorded some things and it just need editing. And, I'm not feeling it. Maybe I will feel um, right in the evening and I'm going to edit it on the evening. I was constantly overthinking in my head what to do. That's why I sat down right now and started speaking out loud to, I don't know, listen to myself. That's one of the um, ways to express what I'm doing right now. Because, yeah, I mean, how I want and what person I want to hear, I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm listening to Sam Harris. He's a brilliant guy. But again, I have to listen to myself, because no one knows better what I'm trying to fight right now. And I have many distractions. I could say that. But there is one weakness I'm trying to fight, and this is the most frustrating thing I've ever faced because whenever I try to dedicate myself to the discipline, I always find a way to ruin that. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know why, but maybe my resolve isn't that strong. Maybe. Maybe distractions around me are too strong. Maybe. Or maybe I'm too weak to some kind of distractions which causes another distractions. So I've committed to the discipline a couple times, and the max I've maintained it was like 6 to 8 months, and that side was good. For example, yeah, I could say that I've seen the good side of the discipline, and I've seen not maintaining discipline, the bad side, aka bad side. Because whenever I'm not in the discipline, I try to find the way and to find the feeling and motivation to start again. But when I am constantly working and trying to dedicate myself, working out, I'm doing these good habits, I'm not trying to distract myself with this bullshit, and I'm maintaining the discipline, I'm a peach. I'm like a invincible guy. I can do anything. And I want that. That's why I am fighting and overthinking and speaking out and constantly trying to overcome these weaknesses. And I'm not the special guy. I'm just a regular guy who just tries his best to say no to the distractions. And I don't know what is your distraction particularly, But for me, one of the distraction is people who are a lot around me and who may pop up anytime. May someone may call you anytime and you're just forced to speak with them because that's how you work. That's how the world works right around you right now. There are eating, eating. I hate eating because whenever I'm hungry, I think about eating, and it disrupts your focus. And I hate it. I don't want to eat, but you have to reload your batteries. Um, Third distraction is waiting for something. There is always, I'm living for 27 years already, guys, and there is always something that I'm waiting for, some situations, some circumstances to meet in order to start doing something. And I hate it. That's why I am randomly trying to choose any day, today, to just start whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do. And that's why I'm trying to overcome that because when you are not thinking about that bullshit, when you are not thinking about that distractions, what do you think about? You think about only about working, working out, good health, being rich, about your dream. You imagine it, you think about it, and you're happy. But if you have something to be distracted with, some minor things too can affect, like can have that chain effect on your mood, on your focus, on your discipline, etc. So that's why I called this video overthinking. I overthink those stuff a lot throughout my life. I've started again and again. I'm kind of like Spider-Man. I'm falling down, but I always find a way to get up. And this is the time I found the way to get up. But again, if you don't maintain this resolve and you don't know strongly what you really want, no matter the results, no matter you succeed or not, you just keep going forward. That's the main thing. That's the person who uses overthinking as a superpower, because it's not that bad. I mean, if you are an overthinker, it means that you are smart. You have brilliant and many ideas of each situation, and that's cool. That's really cool. It depends only how do you use it. So, yeah, it was great talking to you, twin brothers. And it was great talking to myself. Um, I'm not feeling like motivated right now. I still am lazy to do my job, but I have to do it. And yeah, I promise to myself that I will achieve all of the dreams I had 10 and 20 years ago and today. And I am obligated to fuck that distractions and ass and just go with it. Just be strong, what you really want, decide what you really want. Maybe some paper on the wall help you, because you forget many times in the day. Not because you are dumb or something. You just have so many things around you. If you pay attention to that, you're waking up. You don't want to wake up. You have to wear clothes. You have to see the weather. It's cold or not. Then you have to stand up, wake up, drink coffee, what glass to choose. You do a lot of decisions every day, and that's why you may forget what you're really working towards too. So if you write it down on your piece of paper, your goals, your to-do list, at least every day, there are certain things that you want to do every day besides everything. And if you see that on the wall, you are constantly reminding yourself what you are working towards too. So um, I've done it and it's really good. It's working, guys. But again, it didn't work quite a while because I had too many distractions. And I blame myself. I blame on myself because I could say no to many things, but I didn't. And again, maybe I was too weak. Maybe distractions were too strong. Or maybe circumstances didn't add up. But again, as Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibilities, and whenever you fall back, whenever you fall down, you have to get up. And Spider-Man always gets up. So yeah, I'm gonna be the king of the pirates. I don't know what I did. I don't know why I did that, but it felt like it. Oh, and the last advice: pay attention to the first thought. Whenever first thought pops up in your mind, just listen to it, ignore everything else, and go with that first thought. What you gotta lose? Nothing. You cannot die. You cannot think about dying. It's dumb. So, wherever is the first thought, just try to act on it and see the results. And then you will decide how to move forward, as I did with these vlogs. I just sit, speak around for 20 minutes. I upload it on the YouTube. Then I delete these videos because it's the perfect storage for me to maintain this kind of videos on the YouTube. And on the fourth video, I already realized that, oh, I was making a mistake. I should make the title of the theme I'm speaking about. And I'm pretty sure that fifth video will give me another ideas. 10th video will give me another brilliant ideas. And maybe I'm not succeeding in the 100th video too, but I don't give a fuck because I'm learning. I'm growing up. And you can see in those little details as I did on the fourth video right now. So yeah, to sum up, Overthinking is a superpower. It depends how you use it. Discipline is a key to everything. You have to know exactly what you are doing and say no to everything which is opposite to those uh, resolve, those feelings, those things you want. Yeah. Um, and just act on it. Whenever you start overthinking, just fuck it. Just go out, fuck the phone, fuck everything. Just go out and scream. Go out and do the backflip, or I don't know, stand on your hands. Anything. Because you cannot affect world around you if you are always sitting in your head. That's true. If you are sitting always in your head, you're just playing with your thoughts, and your thoughts are playing you. I should finish that. I should finish with that. It was a good quote. Yeah, okay, guys. See ya next day.